Okay, so at this point, I think what we have is good to get started in the world. I want to see one quick thing because we need to use keyboard to control the camera. And instead of, since we don't have a lot of time, instead of writing from the scratch, I want to show you some book example. So we go to the chapter 7 of the book. Is it chapter 7? So there is this model reposition matrix. I think this is the one. Not that one. Okay. Look at triangle V, model V matrix. Probably this one. Yeah. So this is the one. So in this example, actually, let me copy the example. Or not. I think we're fine. So let's use that. So in this example, you can see they are using keyboard. So if I go to the console, so now I'm pressing the right arrow and left arrow key. It doesn't work. This doesn't have the keyboard. I believe this is the one. Beautiful. Okay. And yeah. So as you can see, this is some sort of camera rotation. I'm doing that using the arrow key. So if you inspect the code, so this gives you a very good. So they have three triangles on top of each other with some space in between them. But I believe this is sort of obvious, right? So if you go to the code, you'll see using a key is pretty straightforward. So here they have this function called key down, where they're passing the value. For example, 39 and 37, they're right and the left arrow key. So if you search for JavaScript keyboard codes, it will show you list. It should show you what are the values. So you can see 37 and 39, they're left and the right arrow. But for our case, we need the WASD. So we want to use the corresponding values for WASD. So W is 87 and S is 83. So we can replace these values with the WASD and we can add more here, right? So every time the function is being called, it is changing the value of this I. This is something they are using in their view matrix. So they're just changing the value in the view matrix somewhere. Let me see. So set ortho, this is constant. Yeah, so in the view matrix, you can see the I locations, they are now variables, right? And then every time something is changed using the key, it is applied to that variable. Since we have time, let's try this. So this is the function key down. I don't believe. Yeah. So this is the document. So what is our document? This is the canvas. Okay, so we need to pass the view matrix here. And what is G and what is N? N is the vertex buffer. Okay, so I need to customize the function if I want to use it here, but still that is doable. You can have the exact same rotation for the house here because I guess that makes sense. Practically, it's the same thing, except they have more triangles. So maybe we can discuss that in the next lab since we don't have a lot of time, and I promised I would have some time for discussion for answering questions. So I'm going to stop it here for today. And in the next lab, we'll create a camera class, which is just moving some of the things here to the class, just like we did for the triangle and the cubes. Which is not absolutely necessary. Still, you should be able to do it without any need for a class, but for better code management, code organization, we'll do that in the next lab. So we're done up to this point. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording here, and then if there is any question, I'll answer that.